Okay, welcome back to Nick Learns Thai. I'm Nick. Trying something a little bit different today, going for a bit of a walk up a hill. Just been hanging out, reading my book, Harry Potter. Book 3, getting towards the tail end. Maybe about 100 pages to go still, out of 450. Okay, it's been a while since the last update, and I think last time I'd explained that I'd been quite busy, and that's continued, probably even more busy than before, so that means less time for my Thai learning, but still trying to keep up with some daily habits. So I just want to give you a quick update on what I'm doing, anything that's changed. One other thing I'll give a shout out to is Michael from Thai Learning Lifestyle, another YouTube channel. He interviewed me about my Thai learning journey and posted that on his channel. So if you're interested to hear more about that, you can go check it out. Now, funnily enough, in that interview, he asked me, what would I recommend to a learner who only had half an hour per day to do their learning? And what I'd sort of suggested is, well, half an hour is not very much time. But I think I had said, it's better to try and have a daily habit, try and build up a daily habit. And I'd sort of said, why don't you, someone in that position, think about, doing half an hour one day of, say, reading, then the next day you do half an hour of, say, watching videos or whatever, then half an hour of Anki, perhaps reviewing words from those videos and things. But actually I find myself now with about half an hour of time, let's say half an hour to an hour of time per day. So I'm kind of in that position, and I didn't quite follow my own advice from that. So I'll tell you what I am doing. I think I've learnt back more on the idea of doing each of the things I want to do and making it a daily habit instead of doing it sort of sometimes during the week. So I think that's, making it daily, making it repetitive seems to have sort of more sticking power, makes me want to do it more. It's easier to do it because I'm doing it each day, even if it's only a little bit. I think that's kind of important. So what I've been doing is my 20 minutes of reading per day. That's been going on now for 500 days or something like that. So that's still happening. Now I'm doing at least 5 minutes of watching some kind of video in Thai, and hopefully more, but 5 minutes is sort of the minimum. 5 minutes, it's such a small amount of time, I can always fit it in, right? Even if I'm really tired at the end of the day, you can always spare an extra 5 minutes, so that's kind of helpful to have that as a minimum. Now, what else? Anki, I started doing Anki again, so I've had a kind of interesting relationship with Anki over time because I'm the sort of person that can become highly motivated in short bursts. So some people might look at me during those short bursts and think, wow, this guy's really, self-motivated and whatnot. But it's not like that all the time for sure. And there's certainly much more motivated and self-disciplined people than me out there. So I can do Anki. Anki's a pretty boring activity, if you ask me. I don't know, maybe there's people out there that enjoy it, but for me, pretty boring. So you really need some motivation to do it. The best way to do it really, I guess, is to make it a daily habit and just do a small amount each day. But in the past, I'd sort of tried to do more than that and kind of got behind and eventually sort of burnt out. And that happened a few different times, for different reasons over time. And then more recently, I was just really busy. But I've been really struggling lately in that because I've been busy, I haven't had as many speaking opportunities, haven't been doing as much speaking practice. And I've really noticed that it's starting to negatively affect my ability to recall words when I need them. So when I do go to practice, a word that previously would have been there in my mind to use, or just would have appeared in my mind as I needed it to use it in a sentence. Now it's either takes a few more seconds or it just won't come, or maybe there's like a few different words that I can't remember which is the right one, like similar sounding words or whatever. So that's definitely something this is not great, because, you know, I did all this work over years to get to a certain level. Just to see it like start to crumble away is really disheartening. So definitely want to try and do whatever I can to reverse that trend and start building back up again. So I think Anki is probably the most efficient way of doing that. So flashcards. So I've started doing my flashcards again, still working through the top 4,000 deck, which is a deck that I've been trying to work through for years now. And basically I went back to it. I'm not taking any new cards. I'm just trying to work back through the cards, like we're doing reviews of cards I already had kind of in progress. And I've got about 600 in sort of young at the moment. And I don't know, 2,000 and something in mature. So, but it's just pushing me back through the mature cards, the young cards, seeing which ones I remember, which ones I don't, etc. So that's about a week or 10 days in so far, or maybe it's 2 weeks. So just kind of getting started with that again. So I do that every day, sort of 10 minutes. It's probably 10 to 20 minutes each day. I'm gonna try and keep that manageable so I don't burn out. So that's, it's probably most important to just keep that manageable rather than trying to push myself to do more. So I'm doing that each day. I'm doing my daily vlog each day, so that's still like a 5 to 10 minute vlog, just talk about a random topic. Funnily enough, I've been getting heaps of views on that and some likes. I think it's probably like some AI traffic or some random, I don't know, traffic, maybe, and it appears to be some actual Thai people as well in there as well. It's sort of coming up in their feeds or whatever. The watch time's not that high, but you know, it's encouraging that I get comments every now and then saying, you know, that was really clear, and I did understand you, blah, blah, blah. So that's encouraging, at least, with the daily vlog there. Although it's not really the goal, it's just more about, you know, practicing and getting something out there that is a record over time. So that's cool. Oops. Yeah, so that's it. So my reading, my 5 minutes plus of video, my Anki, my daily vlog. That's my basic daily habits for Thai, and can pretty much get all that done in about 40 minutes or so. And then maybe do a bit more if I have more time, do a bit more of any one of those. And still doing some kind of speaking, you know, language exchange, speaking practice opportunities throughout the week. Lately, I've just been really few of those, just like one per week, my Sunday night one. Because, yeah, just busy. Probably over the next few months, should start to get less busy, have more opportunities, so looking forward to kind of reinforcing all the other stuff I'm doing with the speaking practice. Yeah, hard to make too more solid plans outside of that though, because yeah, like I said, been busy, probably going to continue to be pretty busy. So just about being efficient, I think, is the main thing. And in fact, like I've said it before, but one of the biggest things there really is trying to do my learning in the morning, or at least not just before bed, because before bed you're tired, you're more likely to, the brain's just way less efficient, at least in my experience, in the evening or before bed when you're tired. And in order to read a page, for example, in Thai, it just seems like so much more difficult in the evening when I'm tired. So I think definitely it's much more effective to fit that time in earlier in the day if possible. So I'll try to do that, but you know, we'll see how we go. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it as an update from me. Yeah, I think I'll just keep plodding along. I do want to, I think first of all I want to finish up the Anki deck I'm doing. The only other thing that's kind of in the works is a process for making my own Anki cards, or my own flash deck cards from YouTube videos that I'm watching. So I'm sort of working on a vibe coded solution for that. But yeah, you know, I probably don't need that in the short term, and it's not a huge thing right now. So yeah. Well, anyway, thanks very much for watching. even though the updates are few and far between. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.